This is my match video for the USPSA match held at the Clear Creek Practical Range, July 28, 2019. I am using my Beretta 92 with G model decocker and D hammer spring in production division. This requires me to download my magazines to 10 rounds. Though on a loaded start, I begin with an additional round in the chamber. I am using my Safariland ALS holster for this match. This match was me being mediocre at shooting and lacking mental presence. On multiple stages, I forgot about targets, either leaving them or going back to engage them, costing me a lot of time. I don't think this was a great match, but it did tell me to slow down my thinking, just like how my previous Steel Challenge match told me to slow down my shooting.
Are you ready? Stand by. Clear, slide forward, trigger, holster. Range is clear.
Stage 1 took me 33.2 seconds to complete. I had a hit factor of 3.253 with 34.11% of the winner's score. I needed to backtrack to get to that target on the right, and it cost me a good chunk of time driving my score down. Additionally, the 9 Cs and 1 D zone were not helpful for my hit factor. Stage 2 was the classifier, on the move.
Are you ready? Stand by. If you finish with no load for your next string, you did the same thing. In between that last array and this one, you should take your finger off the trigger and then come back on it. You left your finger on the trigger when you were transitioning from here to here.
Alrighty. This minor admonishment from the RO is entirely valid, and I'm happy that he told me about this. I haven't noticed that I was doing this in the past, and I try to remember not to let my finger stick to the trigger while moving, but every time when you mess up with things like this, it's another opportunity to ND. These are never good things, and so I'll be keeping this in mind very consciously for the next couple of matches, and subconsciously at all times in the future. Shooting well on the outside 2 targets unfortunately couldn't make up for me pulling left consistently on the central targets. The 4 C zones and the no-shoot miss really hurt me. My run earned me a time of 15.47, a hit factor of 2.9089, and 24.59% of the winner's score. This was a 26.6725 qualification run according to the USPSA website. Stage 3 started with the gun and first mag on a barrel.
It's gonna happen right here. All alphas, just exactly no extra makeup shots, nothing. It's gonna be perfect.
It was not a perfect run.
Are you ready? Stand by.
I do have a fair few makeup shots on this stage. I really hate misses, so I will continue to shoot until I get the target if I know that I have missed it. These 2 misses were clear flinches in slow-mo.
If you are finished, unload and show clear.
Hey, look at that guy!
Hammer down, holster.
The RO absolutely gave me a chance to fix my mistake here, but I was already done, had dropped the mag, and had racked out the round. The only thing I am happy with on this stage was the star. 7 shots, including the one prior to the reload, and 1 miss on the moving star, was much better than many of my fellow competitors. However, hitting the hard cover on this guy, and blowing past this guy, cost me a total of 50 points with 4 mics and 1 failure to engage. I did, however, only have alphas when I hit, saving me a time of 57.42, a 1.392 hit factor, and a 23.05% of the winner's score. Stage 4 had a 180 trap on the left side. A shooter in my squad was DQ'd after me on this stage, and there were quite a few 179-degree muzzles. I decided to step back from the wall prior to moving to avoid all this, so there was no chance of me getting DQ'd or breaking the 180.
Stand by!
Here I have a failure to extract. I'll go over clearing this in more detail
That's
momentarily at the end of the stage.
Failure to extract, best time.
Honestly, I can't believe that I one-tapped the popper here. The two targets to the right of the center were hosed with 1C and 2Ds each. Yet zooming in and enhancing, we can see that when I tapped the popper, it was about an inch or two low and to the right of the center. So, you know, that's kind of nice. With the malfunction, my stage time came to 52.76 seconds, resulting in a 2.2176 hit factor and a 23.61% of the winner's score. This stage was easily my best stage. No, it was not the highest percentage or anything, mostly due to the malfunction, but I had 7 non-alphas, 4 were on the last 2 paper that I hosed, and it was fairly quick when I diagnosed the malfunction and clearing that malfunction. Yes, I could have cleared it faster, and I hope that when the next one comes along, I do diagnose it more quickly mostly, as clearing it was about as fast as my hands can move at this time. Back to the extraction issue. My first thought was that I hadn't loaded my mag to 10 and that I was out of ammo. So I went to drop the mag and it didn't move at all. Then I tried to pry it out, forgetting that the slide was pushing the top round into the back of the case in the chamber. I then locked my slide back, pried the mag out because the top round was partially fed, kept the mag in my hand, dropped the slide, racked it, put the mag in, racked it again, and I got going after that malfunction. I'm going to put this malfunction on the extractor itself. I don't think that it got fully seated over the rim, or when it came back, it pulled over the rim. If you have any ideas on what this could be, please tell me, let me know, and I'll see if I can address it in the future. But for now, this is a one-off thing, and I will mark it down as a fluke. Overall, I earned 28.22% of the winner's score. As I stated at the beginning of the video, this was a rough match. Very much a 2 steps back and 1 step forward. My mental game was off, blowing past 2 targets and moving a couple steps with my finger on the trigger with stage 2. However, I did do fairly well with the Texas Star, a target that I wish I saw more at my home range, and at dealing with the failure to extract. The next match that I'm attending will be focusing on focusing. Bringing a poor mental game today held me back, and I would rather it be my shooting that's holding me back, not my mentality. Thank you for watching. Enjoy.